Okay, atomic structure quiz 8.5a. Here are the test corrections. Remember, in order to get credit for your dumping, you have to write everything that we write, and make sure you correct every question, not just the ones you got wrong. Number 1, which description best describes zone Y? Over here in our picture, zone Y is this general area. I know on yours they were not in color, but it's pointing to this general area. Well, we know this is the center, which is called the nucleus, or the center of the atom. And inside the nucleus, we have two things. We have protons, and we have neutrons. Which best describes zone Y? Zone Y is the nucleus. Yes, we already identified that, containing neutrons. It does contain neutrons, but that may not be the best answer, so we need to keep going. Zone Y is the electron cloud. No, it is not. The electron cloud is over here at zone Z. That is not the correct answer. Zone Y is the nucleus, yes, containing protons and neutrons. So this is a better answer because it includes both the protons and the neutrons in A, so we can get rid of A. And zone Y is the electron cloud. No, it is not. It is the nucleus. We have already identified that, so the best answer is C. Number 2, according to the key in the diagram, which number represents the electrons? All right, we've got the key over here. Well, this one has a plus sign in it, so that is not the electrons, obviously. That is the protons. This one is the same mass as the protons. Look over here, they're the same size. But it does not have a charge, so it has to be the neutrons. And the last little one, the teeny weeny tiny one that is over here on the outside, it's the smallest one, it's going to be the electrons. So 1, 2, 3, 4, the electrons would be 3.
Okay, which statement best describes an atom? So A says, the volume of an atom is dependent on the nucleus. Well, first of all, we haven't ever talked about volume. Now, had this said the mass of an atom is dependent on the nucleus, well, then that would be true because our nucleus is composed of protons and neutrons, and each of those do have a mass of 1 AMU each, whereas the electrons have no mass or very small mass. So we have not talked about volume. Atoms only have 2 outer rings that contain valence electrons. So first of all, atoms can have up to 7, and only the last outer ring would be the one with the valence electron. So that is incorrect. The outer rings of an atom contains motionless electrons and neutrons. Well, first of all, the fact that they're motionless is wrong. They are moving at the speed of light, and neutrons are in the nucleus, so that is not orbiting in the outer rings. Atoms have a very tightly packed nucleus and electrons that continuously move in orbit around the nucleus. So those electrons are in the cloud and are called the cloud because they're moving at the speed of light. And yes, their nucleus is very, very densely packed, as in that video that we had seen. Number 4, an atom has 25 protons. All right, so we should know that protons have a positive charge. So if I've got 25 protons and 30 neutrons, okay, so 30 neutrons have a neutral charge, so a bunch of little nothings, and 25 electrons, so 25 electrons. What is the charge of the atom's nucleus? So if we know the nucleus is made up of protons and neutrons, then we're looking at these two right here. So this doesn't do anything to the charge because it's nothing, so the correct answer is going to be plus 25.
Okay, we're going to use the table below to answer questions 5 through 7. The charge, we got positive, neutral, negative, mass approximately 1 AMU. Neutral, there's a question mark, and negative, approximately 1 over 1840. So I know positive can only be one particle. It's got to be the proton. We know that the protons are positive, and they have a mass of 1. Well, the only ones that are neutral, again, we've got the nucleus. Neutrons are neutral, remember? So these are the neutrons. The neutrons are neutral, And the negative, the only negative one is the electrons. And we also know that the electrons are the teeny weeny little tiny ones that are on the shell. That's the mass, it's practically zero. And the mass of the neutrons is equal to the mass of the protons, so then it would be about 1 AMU as well. So number 5, which mass will accurately complete the table? Mass, this is the missing mass, approximately 1 atomic mass unit, approximately 10, none of these particles are 10, approximately 1 over 200, none of them are 1 over 200, and this is the mass of an electron. We know electrons are not neutral, so the only good answer is A. According to the descriptions on the table, atomic particle Z is a what? Z right here was this one. Well, we recognize that it had to be an electron based on the negative charge and the mass that's practically zero, so Z is an electron. And 7, according to the descriptions on the table, particle X, this is X right here, we identified it as a proton because it's positive charge and its mass of 1 AMU, so it has to be a proton.
Number 8, if the clock shown was modeling an atom, what letter would represent the location of the protons? All right, so we should know by now, as many atoms as we've done, that we always draw the atom and we put the protons and the neutrons in the middle. So we're looking for protons. Protons are inside the nucleus, and the electrons are on the outside. So the only thing that is pointing to the nucleus is going to be B right here. These would probably, this would probably just be an energy level right here for A, and you know, and the electrons or whatever for C. So the correct answer here is B. Number 9, a model of a beryllium atom is shown below. So beryllium is Be. Number 4 on the periodic table. What types of particles are found in the cloud? Okay, so cloud surrounding the atom's nucleus. Now this is surrounding the nucleus. So by looking at this picture, this is my nucleus here, and it's talking about what is being found in the cloud. So that's this area over here. And so the reason that it is called a cloud is because it's a blur. So things are moving at the speed of light. So what moves at the speed of light? Well, those are electrons. So this is literally called an electron cloud. So what are electrons? Are they positively charged particles? No, those are protons. Protons are in the nucleus. And negatively charged particles? No. This part is correct, but the positively is not. Negatively charged particles only. I like that one. Neutral particles and positively charged particles, this is if they're talking about in the nucleus, but we are surrounding the nucleus, so no. Positively charged particles only, again, that is also in the nucleus. So the correct answer is B.
Which of the following is the correct Bohr model for silicon? Silicon, we use the periodic table to go check out the information that we need. We know that silicon has an atomic number of 14, and so that means it also has 14 protons. It also has 14 electrons. We're not given enough information to get the mass necessarily, but we know that the protons are found inside the nucleus. The electrons are out here outside. Well, it's kind of hard to count these little, they're all smushed together, and it's really hard. I know on your paper especially it was black and white, so it's really hard to figure out which ones of these are the protons and which ones are the neutrons. But we know the only thing on the outside out here are your electrons. So we can count the electrons and see which one of these has 14 electrons. A has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It has 6 electrons, so that is not silicon. The B has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Has 13, so nope, that's not our correct one. D has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Nope, that's not it. And C has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And that matches our electrons for silicon, so C is the only one that can be silicon. All right, guys, and that's it for the atomic structure quiz. Overall, you guys did really well. Those of you who needed to do the corrections or just redo the dumping, these will be due by next Friday, November the 15th. And let us know if you have any questions or need any help.